I know there's a saying out there that you can wish in one hand and crap in the other and see which one gets filled first. To those people, I say, you, Twilight. Do what I want.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of 3 Geeks Flix. This is the tech here flying solo, and I know we've had a little bit of a break, about a month. The news has been busy, I've been busy, the beard of course has been very busy right now, but hey, decided to sit down, take a little time and have a talk and see what you think. I don't know where I was going with that, but anyways, I have a wish list. It's a new little thing. These are movies that we wish we had a prequel or a sequel to, and yet we're left empty-handed. So I'm going to roll through these right quick. I tried to record this earlier and had a little complications, so let's get through this. First off on my list is a movie from 1994. It has Mr. Jean Reno. A lot of y'all won't know him. Look him up on IMDb. Good dude, great actor. Miss Natalie Portman and Mr. Gary Oldman in Leon or The Professional. If you don't know this movie, it was pretty much about a assassin that was for hire by the mob that lived next to a family, and one of the little girls was Natalie Portman. The family was mixed up in drugs. Gary Oldman was a dirty cop, killed her family, tried to hunt her down and kill her. Leon took her in, da-da-da-da-da-da. You need to watch the movie to figure out the rest. But given that, Natalie Portman survives everything, and I mean, we could follow up to her. She wanted to learn to be a professional, to clean, as Leon called it. Let's see that. I mean, she's a badass. She's a high-caliber actress. We could make that happen. I think it's a prime age for her. It's a prime time to go ahead and revisit this. I believe this was a Luc Besson film. Luke, there's a lot of these from you on here, and I want to see more. So let's make it happen. Watch this show and take my advice. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to send the muse to your house to make a very special sandwich. Moving along, it's another film that was set up. Could have perfectly had a sequel or a prequel, and actually had a sequel and a prequel written for it already. And the studio just scrapped it. Said, no, it is I Am Legend. Now, I know there were two different endings, and they could have gone either way. But with a prequel or a sequel already on tap, they should have made this happen. This was a prime time for Will Smith. He was the man about Hollywood. And you know what? He still can be that man about Hollywood. He's still high caliber sought. And it was like one of the best times for zombie films, okay? It was really coming into it. This was a little different take on zombies, a little different feel on zombies, and I feel like there was a wasted opportunity here. And even if you went the route that you did, and it really wouldn't be able to do a sequel because you wouldn't have Will Smith in it, a prequel of that whole time frame of everything going down, it would have been epic. That would have been great. I would have loved to have watched another Will Smith I Am Legend prequel of all that. But yet again, studios decided to go another direction, and that direction was like World War Z.
You should be shame yourself.
I mean, can I ask you what the But anyways, and I'm not getting any better on this, because this one just pisses me off right here. I should have almost called this a rant, because this is pretty much what it is. It's a little 2012 film called Dread. Carl Urban. Yeah. If you haven't seen that, crawl out from under a rock wherever you're at, and then get on a streaming service, get online. Hell, you can find it anywhere. That movie was amazing. Had a very small budget, had great effects. The acting was on par. Carl Urban is Judge Dredd and will be Judge Dredd. And I'm sorry, I grew up on, the early 90s Judge Dredd with Stallone. And I enjoyed it for what it was. But this gritty, darker, edgier universe of Mega City 1 and everything else with Carl Urban Dredd. It's freaking amazing, okay? It was badass. I mean, what they did with the weapons, the Lawbringer, and everything in between, the enemies, they did it all in Peachtrees just to help their budget, I think. I mean, these guys could bring us another great film. And I mean, you know, Urban, you've got a lot of friends that are in Hollywood. Y'all got a pretty decent amount of money. Get someone to pony up, be an executive producer. Let's make a sequel to this. Let's make this happen. Come on, chop. I'm going to call you tomorrow. Moving along, it's another Luc Besson film. And I'm not really sure on this one how you can do a sequel. I'm gonna level with y'all. I don't know how you pull a sequel off. I really liked the characters in it, especially Bruce Willis's character in The Fifth Element. A very serious guy that had an amazing set of skills that was stuck in a world full of idiots, basically to say. Gary Oldman was a great villain in it. Of course, we can't really bring him back, I don't think. Mia Jovovich was awesome in it. She kicks ass. Needless to say, there's nothing else you have to say about that other than it's Mia Jovovich, and you stay out of her way. Chris Tucker was hilarious, though some found him funny to a point of annoying, and I can kind of see that. But all in all, I loved this. I loved this universe. I loved this feel, this setting. I enjoyed the effects, and I know a lot of people are like, well, Valerian was kind of like it. Well, Valerian was not kind of like it. It was a completely different story, and I honestly, I had trouble watching it and getting through it. I just didn't get pulled in, invested in. There was too much going on. That's a show for another time, but please do something else with this. I don't care. Prequel, sequel. Prequel would be great. Prequel. Hey, there you go. Prequel. Luc Besson. Come on. You've got The Professional. Now you've got Fifth Element. Let's make this happen. Moving along is another film that, God, was a great movie. Great star-studded lineup. Especially now, you look back at it and you're like, those are big names, man. Those are big names. It was Constantine. Now, you all know I think Keanu Reeves is the best human being in Hollywood. Okay? Hands down, you won't find a better one. If you don't know his story, check it out. But not only did this movie have him in it, and he was fantastic in it as John Constantine, it had Tilda Swinton as Gabriel, it had Peter Stormare as Lucifer, it had Gavin Rossdale as, I can't remember, he was a demon, it started with a B, Bartles, whatever, yeah, okay, yeah. Somebody can chide me for it, I can't remember that crap. Rachel Weisz in it as the detective that had the special hidden powers. And, of course, Shia LaBeouf, who, hey, is apparently now an angel. Let's bring him back. This shit could get interesting. Let's make this happen. But anywho, and besides all those points, that movie was set up. It was set up for a sequel. It could have easily had it done. Or a prequel at that. I mean, there were so many possibilities. That door was open. And quite frankly, I was not the biggest fan of the Constantine that came out for TV. I mean, I know it was a little truer in some aspects to the graphic novel and everything, because he had the blonde hair, he had the accent, and I'm Twilight. I like Keanu Reeves better. And lastly, just to add a sore spot, and for this to almost get into a rant, there's a little movie that was released 28 years from its previous. It'd be Tron Legacy. Now, this movie was not flawless, okay? I'll give you that all day long. But it was still a decent movie plot-wise. But it was an amazing movie, effects and music. I mean, Daft Punk doing the music, the whole score. I love that score. I still listen to that. And the effects on it were freaking amazing. It's exactly what I would hope and want for Tron. It kept the same feel all over from the 80s movies. But let alone that, the cast? I mean, I had to write them down because, the names in it. But, I mean, of course you had Olivia Wilde. She's a hot name at times. It's still a good name. I mean, let's be honest. Jeff Bridges coming back. Awesome. Fantastic. Love the bridges. You gotta love the dude, man. Garrett Hedlund, I think he did a great job. He was fine. I don't find any fault in his portrayal of his son. Bruce Boxleitner coming back. Alan. Tron. It's great, man. Yeah. Let's keep it rolling. Michael Sheen. Michael freaking Sheen, okay? And even though it was a supporting role, he was fantastic. Come on. Oh, I'm not done. And then you had what you could have done. You had your villain set up for a sequel, Cillian Murphy, okay? Dillinger's son. Dillinger was the enemy in the first one from the outside. He could have been the enemy again from the outside on that one. And the thing that pisses me off the most is they had a story. They had it ready. And they pulled the plug at the last minute. But the thing that just floors me for it, and I have to kind of take the blame on it, is this was kind of around the Star Wars acquisition. And I love Star Wars. I'm wearing Star Wars right now. I've got it all in my room. And I can't be necessarily mad because I love all the Star Wars films. Some of them aren't as strong as others. I agree. And I was glad that Disney kept it going. But at the same time, okay, maybe it's time to give Star Wars a little bit of a break. I know you're getting ready to do your streaming service, and you're going to have a live action series on there, and I can't lie that I'm excited, but please finish Tron. Really? All right, lastly, I have a wish list from the Muse himself. He wasn't able to join tonight. He'd already taken his medicine to go night-night. So he wanted me to throw this nugget, this joyful little coal into the fire for a wish list sequel, or actually for him, prequel to the movie Collateral with Jamie Foxx and Mr. Tom Cruise. But he wants this to be a prequel simply about Tom Cruise's character Vincent. And he went into a bunch of detail, and it's stuff I can't remember. Sorry, Justin, I don't have the same drive and passion you do for this, but I like the idea of it. He said the movie would be called Vincent, which was Tom Cruise's character's name in it. And he said on the poster, the tagline for it would say, "I do this for a living." Now, the Muse is very passionate about this. It's something he's talked to me about several times. And in respect to him and into fear of getting a knock on my door, I went ahead and threw that in as an honorable mention. So you're welcome, and you damn well better show up to the show tomorrow. All right. Well, I think I've vented and ranted enough, and even though I called this a wish list, it was really more of a pissing and moaning session on my behalf. So I appreciate you sticking through there and being moral support for me. Other than that, check us out on Facebook, 3 Geeks Flix. Give us a like, comment, holler, troll us. You don't do Facebook, we've got Twitter. It's at the number 3 Geeks Flix. Flix is, of course, spelled F-L-I-X. Give us a follow there. Give us a holler there. Troll there, folks. Get involved. You are the third geek. You're on YouTube. Give us a like, subscribe, comment, reach out. Let us know you're out there. If there's something you want us to talk about, something you want us to look into, or you want to come on the show with us, build that relationship. Like I said, you're remotely safe. And like the Muse will do, he will find a loophole in that. But just don't run off yet. Don't be scared. I mean, I live 7 hours away, and I may have moved 7 hours away for certain reasons from him, but I really don't want anybody knocking on my door, so I'm just going to leave this one alone. So other than that, appreciate y'all sticking around, and stay tuned to the glow of those monitors. We're going to catch you next time. Good night.